accident. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. So I'm on the way to work. This guy's out here getting rid of this trash. Then I need to house wash my house. Um, so I am on my way to work. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. I know it looked like I'm supposed to be there. I'm gonna get there. So yesterday I did my workout. Today when I get home, I'm gonna do another workout. I need to like literally get back into like good morning. I need to really get back into like jogging. I would jog for about a good hour and some change, and I just fell off the block. I don't. You know what? My issue is that my consistency has not been consistent. So I feel, and that's what a lot of things I find that I do. Even when I'm like doing songs, I'll create the hook, I'll create the verse, then I'll be like, I'll come back and finish the stuff. Like my consistency, I need to finish it. I need to finish it. And this time, I need to make sure that I maintain it because I have lost a lot of weight over the years. I mean, I've always been a small frame person, but and I mean small frame because I'm literally 4'11". That's like my height. I'm 4'11". My ideal size is supposed to be at 125, 130. The doctors would say like 105, 110, but I think that's just really, I would like to hit 115. If I hit 115, then I'm high school weight. I'm high school weight. So yesterday I went and I worked out. Let me first of all put some on my stuff. Yesterday I went. Hold on, y'all. I'm not gonna be able to hold this camera up to me because I'm driving. But yeah, what did you say? It's hard. It is hard. Like, well, I will say this: it is easy to put the weight on, but it's a thing to get that weight off. So I found like when I was going to the gym, I would hit the elliptical machine and I would just run. I would just run. I would have spurts where I'm really, because I will honestly say I'm an actual jogger. So I can go a long distance of running. However, I would notice on that treadmill, like the calories would be like 60, 70. And I'm like, what's up with not hitting like the 300 calories that I used to burn when I used to go to the gym? And I realized back in the day, and I realized it's because I was on the elliptical machine, and that elliptical machine burns more than the treadmill. And you got to watch out too for your knees. You know, that's just at any age, you have to watch out for your knees. So usually my routine when I would go to the gym, it would be to do cardio, at least 30 to 45 minutes of cardio. And then I would go swimming for about a good 20 minutes. And then I would hit the sauna for about 20 to 30 minutes, then wash up and go home. Well, usually, after I do the cardio, I wash up, put my bathing suit on, go swimming. Yesterday, what I did was I did 30 minutes of the elliptical machine. So I burnt like 270 or 50, I don't know, 200 and something more calories. And then what I did was, I'm doing abs. So I'm doing this 2-week challenge ab workout. It is a lady online, and I tried her ab challenge about 2 years ago, and I really gained a lot. Get back, get back, get back. Sorry, y'all. I literally had to tell that car to get the heck back. Like, why you riding me? This is the reason why it's raining. This is the reason why people slide into one another. because you riding somebody. And you know they tell you that you're supposed to pay attention to the front and not the back. But look, I'm not about to be hit from the rear. You need to slow down. So anyway, so yesterday what I did was I did the elliptical machine, then I did my abs, and that was like 20 minutes or so. And then I did some cardio. Like I did like I don't know if y'all remember them aerobic classes when you had them little step up steps or whatever. I put that I put that down and I just started to like kind of freestyle and do my own like stretch stuff like back in the day when I used to be a cheerleader or whatever. So that was actually, and then after that, then I washed up, and then I literally sat in the spa, the jacuzzi, and then from there I washed back up again, and then I got in the sauna and I went home. I felt so good, like literally I slept like a baby. When I got home, I talked to my mother for a minute, and I just went to bed. Sorry, y'all, but I got it. I just went to bed. So losing 25, look at that. You about to hit that other person. This dude is stupid. Now I just told you to back up off of me and you about to hit him. Excuse me, y'all. I'm about to start. I need one of them little CBs in my car. I need one of, yes, I'm gonna be riding down the road snitching. Breaking 19. This is Mona Hines. I'm going southbound and I see this Mercedes Benz Kate, what is it? Kite Yellow 259 tailgating someone. Please pull him over, sirs. It'd be like, get your snitch behind off of this radio, ma'am. So after I did that, I just realized too, like when you work out, your body starts to gain muscle. And what happens, and then see, this is another one that's rhyming too. Your body starts to kind of build its muscle up, so you start to go a little solid. But I'm gonna tell you one of the hardest parts on my body to kind of get rid of. It's that daggone stomach. It's that daggone tire. And I will honestly say I didn't have a pooch pouch until I started working this job, sitting at the daggone desk all daggone day. When I think about it, it makes me upset. But I said to myself, you know what, Mona? You need to make sure you get up on your lunch break. You need to walk around, take them steps instead of the elevator. Yeah, please go around me, sir. So, so yes, I'm gonna, cause my weight right now, and I'm not proud of it. You know you wrong when you've been cheating the scale. The scale when you do the elliptical machine, they ask you what is your weight, and I'd be like 140. No, my weight right now is 150. And how did I get here? Those daggone chips, cupcakes. Oh man, all types of things. Coffee, eating with coworkers that be like, "Come on, y'all, what y'all want to eat?" And they be knowing the good spots too. You don't really be, you don't eat like that. I really would like to just become one of them fruititian, vegetarians where all you doing is just basically eating vegetables and fruit. A lot of people be like, "What about your protein? What about your protein?" Dang, you and his boys, they wouldn't eat no meat. At least they wasn't eating them the other folks' meat. So anyway, I feel like when I work out and I eat healthy, I have more clarity and I got way more energy. Like I got a lot of energy. The thing between now and in my twenties, I was drinking and smoking. I was partying like it was no tomorrow. We was always high. Every time you turned around, we got off of work, we was high. And I know people smelled that stuff. You know, like I had somebody yesterday come. And I'm like, she just walked through the door and brought a ball of weed with her. That stuff smells foul. It don't smell like nice perfume, ma'am. But we smoked so much back in the day, like my health wasn't up to par, although I was regularly going to the gym. I was going to the gym from like 5 in the morning, and then when I got off of work, I was at the gym. That was like the spot to be. Like that's when you met the ladies for tea, like you in the sauna just talking about stuff, you know. But again, like I said, when I was going to the gym 20 years ago, you had to wash your behind before you even step foot up in that sauna or that steam room. You know, well, they don't have a steam room now, but the sauna, because it's unsanitary. Now I'm in there with my bathing suit, my towel, and chicks be walking up in there with their nasty tennis shoes. You know what? I saw them tennis shoes yesterday that girl had up in there. That reminds me, I'm gonna call the gym today and complain and be like, y'all need to give me a heck of a discount, or you need to start enforcing these policies that people need to wash their behinds before they get in the sauna. And some of y'all probably guilty of doing it, but you're not supposed to be in a sauna with your sweatsuits on after you just, hit the bar. You're not. Y'all remember, y'all know when you look at spas and stuff, you see the women that got the towels on their head, and they got the towels around their body and they're relaxing in the sauna. And imagine like where I go to, like I'm in the sauna chilling, then all of a sudden these folks come in, y'all ready to work out, ladies? They go in with fully sweatsuit, full workout gear on, tennis shoes, everything. And they sit there, and what they do is they try to sweat because they feel like that sweat is working them out. And I'm like, that's some lazy type stuff. No, that sauna is to kind of refine your skin and, like uh, help with the detoxifications. Not thinking that y'all just went ahead and burned 300 calories. Get your big behinds up and go work out like the rest of everybody else. Sorry, y'all. I just went on a rant about that. Sorry. So, anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. So, I'm on a mission to lose 25 or 30 pounds. If I can lose 30 pounds, I'm in there like swimwear. One thing I will say is that when you start working out, it can become fun and addictive. It become very fun that you start to see your progress, and it really starts to let you know that action and faith, it goes together with whatever you're doing. When you change your routine, even if it's something small, it is going to cause a chain reaction. So I do like going to the gym. It's just that my hours, well, I can't even make any excuses anymore. I'm gonna need to adjust my life so I can make sure that I keep up with the lifestyle that I want to obtain. So let's talk about the new bodies or whatever. So as you know, Pilates is like the new workout routine, and a lot of people are looking for that lean type of look, like that 90s look. Some folks are going like real skinny with it, but they're going back to that fit, lean physique versus the voluptuous big booty look. So for all of y'all that went out there that got them BBLs, y'all gonna be really pissed. I, as a 40-year-old, already knew that the times usually change. One minute they in with this, next minute they out with that. And I knew that this was just a trend, and soon they're going to be out with this current BBL big butt trend is just going to go straight out the door. So there's been this huge, I don't follow the Kardashians, but there's been this huge thing where they're like, oh my goodness, they're losing this weight. Chloe done lost weight, and Kim done lost weight. And now everybody is just like, now what is this need for the BBL crew? First of all, y'all ain't had no business going out there trying to put Fix-A-Flax in your hot pots, okay? You had no business. And a lot of women, on real talk, a lot of women died, and men, died trying to get that type of surgery. It wasn't healthy from the get go. The name of the game is to be healthy. One thing I would say in my 20s is that I was eating everything. I was working out. I was drinking like it was no tomorrow. Because when you 20, you think you invincible because now you just got your 21 card where you can, buy alcohol. So you want to try just about every single drink there is out there. And then, later on you realize, man, that's stuff. Let me cool my brakes. Let me slow my brakes. Let me pump my brakes, before I crash. So I realized at 40, I have more energy when I work out. I realize the perks of it. And I do know the value of rest and getting rest. Sometimes I do be up in the morning until like 11 in the morning, not 11 at night, but I do know the value of rest too. What I have, the cool thing about being 40 is that you're not in, I, I do still feel like I'm in a rush to finish things, but I'm not in a rush to get into things. Like right now, I got to be to work. I'm supposed to be at a certain time. In my 20s, I'll be panicking and racing and weaving through the highway while it's raining and trying to get there, just to get there. Now I'm like, y'all see me when I get there because don't nobody look for me when I stay after, especially when you're not paying me for it. So you see me when I get there. I'm usually a prompt person and I'm on time. And then when I get to work, I don't lollygag. I do work. But I'm not, I'm in my 40s. I realize like I'm not gonna rush for this. It's gonna work regardless. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. And in my 40s, I'm not, now that I'm 40, I look back and I'm not so much in fear of, but what if I don't get this? What if that? If I do what I'm supposed to do, then something has to come back. It's a cause and effect thing. Um, I was also thinking about the 35 and older crew. How I think I told you I went out with a group of friends, and it was literally 35 and older. That crowd is more laid back and chilled. They're more like, we hear what's going on. How you doing today? Oh, I'm fine. How was your day today? It was great. They're more like really chilled back. So that's one thing I do love about 4T. We're more you're more chill back, you're more in tune, and also the things that I'm about to say that why that look like snow. Sorry, y'all. Also, the people in my age group, we don't believe everything. The people in my age group, they're more likely to call us conspiracy theorists because we just don't believe everything. We was taught don't believe everything you hear. We was taught if Johnny jump off a bridge, are you going to jump off a bridge too? You know what I'm saying? So we was taught that like you cannot believe everything you see and you cannot believe everything you hear. You have to test it. Um, what else? Oh, so this morning I was thinking like, what is the perks about being 40? And I thought about 40-year old like a captain on an old ship. Like you sailed these seas before. You already know what time it is. You know what courses to take and you know what courses you not gonna take. You know what I mean? So it's a big plus. What's up with this like police officer taking his time? So yeah, so and I will say this: at 40, you get kind of frustrated over things, over over stuff that is just, your tolerance is not like it used to be. Like it used to be, well, I'm gonna wait it out and I'm gonna see, and I'm gonna, be here just for loyalty on that's your job aspect. Nowadays it's just like, no, I'm not doing that. I'll find something else, or nope, it's just not working. Looking for something else. If it starts to feed in to your life, to your balance, you start looking for other stuff, and you just like, I'm not going to waste my time. I think at 40 now you realize, like, I'm not going to waste my time on this. And I wish I would have knew that at 20, instead of wasting your time on jobs for 4+ years or 5+ years, and you were going in circles and then waiting for the job um to sell or buy, you know what I mean? um so there's a lot of things at 40 that I realize that I love versus 20. Like 20, you're listening to people that are older than you, and you think that they know everything because they're older than you. You think, oh, this person got to be wise because they're older than me. And then you find out they don't know a daggone thing. They don't have a pot to piss in or window to throw out. And look at them, look at their lives, look at their fruits. And then yet and still they're supposed to be of age trying to tell you how to do stuff. I learned that, like, you can't listen to everybody. You can't get your advice from everybody, because not everybody is right. Some people, they old and dumb. They old and stupid. They ignorant. And you sitting up here taking your advice from an old drunk. Like, no. So at 40 now, I also realize too, I don't care if you the CEO or the president of a corporation. If you say something that I don't agree with, I'm just going to say I don't agree. I don't care if you the president. I don't care if you the Pope. If you say something and I don't agree with it, I'm not going to agree. I still know people in their old age who would still agree with somebody just to agree with them, and I'm just like, I'm not the person. I'll be quiet, but if we sit up here and we having a dialogue, I'm gonna be like, no, I don't believe that because this, that, and the third. Well, I'm not. I'm no. I'm too seasoned in the game to be sitting up here co-signing what's not right. You see what I'm saying? At 40, I don't care who you are. I would tell my own father, nah, Dad, like that's not how things. I would, like, I don't care. Like, that's the cool thing about being 40, is that um you have your own walk. At least you should, because there are a lot of people that are 40 years old and they still follow another person. um there are a lot of people that are 40 years old and they still follow another person. I don't understand why this fool don't move up. Excuse me, I shouldn't call him a fool. Why this police officer won't move up? Like, what is he doing? See, oh, did y'all hear about the? I don't want to get sidetracked, but I heard about those guys that beat the mess out of that man and he passed away. Evil guys, And when I think about police brutality, I think about when I tried to become a Fairfax County police officer, and I passed like the whole fitness thing. I passed all of that, and they would not allow me to be a fitness. They would not allow me to be a police officer because something that happened back in my childhood when my sister got into a fight in middle school with somebody, and because of that, they I didn't make the team. I didn't make the police team. I don't think that that's which I was like, you know what, whatever, because I was honestly just trying to become a police officer just to make some money. I mean, I just had a baby, husband left. I was like, I might as well become a law officer. I might as well just become. And so that I was just about to take the test, the polygraph test, but then they went ahead and said something on my application wasn't right, so they just denied me. And I'm like, you know what, whatever. I don't feel like being a police officer anyway. I just wanted to get the money. No, but I really wanted to be a police. No, I didn't. Stop lying on it. I didn't really want to be a police officer. I just figured I might as well be a police officer and get benefits. I would like to be a detective though, but I wouldn't want to be, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to be in the fields like, they talking about some 6 foot guy running around naked, Officer Hans, do you think you can go over there and help out? What? I'd be like, somebody give me my taser, because this dude about to be tased today. But no, but God had something else for me, and I'm truly happy that I did not become a police officer. I am. Um, got a cousin who became a police officer, and it was too gruesome for her, and I didn't want to. Um, I didn't want to deal with that. So I'm glad I went back into the field that I used to. And but getting back to what I'm talking about. So it's amazing that they went ahead and cut me because of something in my childhood that my sister did. She was fighting a girl. And when she was fighting the girl, she brought out a comb, and that comb basically hit the girl in the eye, and the girl basically almost lost her vision. My sister had to go to juvenile, and the reason why she was fighting is because one day I was in the hall. I used to be like a tomboy, and one day I was in the hallway and I was talking to some friends, and some girls came around. They came around the hallway and they jumped me. They knew that my sister, they was afraid of my sister, but they jumped me. And when they jumped me, and I totally forgot about this. When they jumped me, I was fighting in the hallway, and when they jumped me, I ran back in the house, and my sister was on the phone, and I was like, Lisa, they jumped me. My sister took their phone. I love her. I bless her heart. She took their phone, and I'm trying to tell you, she threw their phone against the wall, and she ran out there, and my sister was not to be played with. When they, even the guys, when they used to pick on us walking home from school, we used to get jumped by the guys. They like, Lisa coming, Lisa coming. They were hurry up and run. But anyway, so what ended up happening, my sister was in school, and she was in high school at the time, and she ended up fighting the girl who started the fight with me. And while she was fighting the girl, a cone came out, and the girl almost lost her eye. My sister ended up getting juvenile, and I felt like it was like literally all my fault because of that. Um, And that's why people don't understand, when you bully people and you fighting people, you don't understand it can spiral their life into a whole direction because of that. So anywho, so later on, 20 something, 30 plus years, when I say 30, 25 plus years later, when I decided, not 20 something, but I don't even know, like 20 years later, when I decided to become a police officer, they went ahead and they pulled a file up of where my sister, that incident happened. Because when that incident happened, I'll never forget, I was coming out of school, and there was a helicopter around. It was like the police officers and stuff was out there. And my sister was like, hey, Mona. And I looked and I was like, hey, Lisa. And I'm looking like, oh, we got to ride home. So my sister had her arm like wrapped up, and she was looking at me like smiling. And I was like, Lisa, and noticed like all her hair was like shagged all on her clothes and stuff. And I was like, Lisa, what's wrong? And she was like, oh, nothing. And I noticed that she had like blood on around her shirt or whatever like that. And I'm just looking at my sister and I'm just like, Lisa, what's wrong? And that's when it all had came out. That my sister approached her, she hurt, and unfortunately her eye got affected because of that. And that that girl, when she first moved into, because we used to get picked on a lot when we were younger, like we weren't the type of kids that had like the fresh shoes, the fresh clothes and stuff like that. I mean, they were clean, but my mother, she had 4 kids and she did the best she could. We would go to the thrift store and stuff like that. So we got picked on a lot, and a lot of people took that, and took it, and they ran with it. And so when the girl that actually happened to, she moved to the neighborhood, and we really liked her. We kind of like was like hi, but she got a hold of the bad girl crew, and they decided that they just wanted to jump me. Why did you want to jump me? Why would you want to jump me? Like back in the day, I used to be a tomboy. Like I didn't look like a boy or dress like a boy, but I used to hang around the boys and play kickball, football, flipping. I was doing that type of stuff. It wasn't until like I don't know what happened, but I decided to jump that. So anyway, so years later, decided I wanted to be a police officer, and because of that incident, they denied me, which I'm just like, I find it ironic how you hire psychos to beat up civilians and shoot civilians, and some of these people become, kingpins, and they get away with certain stuff because they around the money, like you hire these nut jobs, but somebody like me that could make a difference. And yes, I wanted to, I was like, I got a baby, I got bills to pay. I could become a police officer and make a difference. But instead, what you did was you hired these nutcases. Now, I'm not saying all of these police officers out here are crazy, but a lot of them that I come across are crazy. Well, no, I can't say that. I've met nice police officers, but some of them that I've come across, they're nuts. And one guy, he got fired from the squad, and he was telling me reason why I got fired because I ended up shooting, killing someone, and the thing was, what was I supposed to do? And I'm thinking to myself, like, you don't even feel no remorse that you took somebody's life. Yeah, you crazy, and you was probably gonna do it again. But um but they hire these type of people. And the thing is that when you become a police officer, you literally have to go through the physical fit part of it. Like I had to pull that dummy and all that other type of stuff I had to do. I had to, but I was already kind of like getting fit or whatever. But if I ever did that training thing now, I could definitely do that at 40, hands down, because I'm used to running a long distance. But anyway, so when I didn't even get to the point of taking a polygraph test. So they was just like, I'm sorry, you're just not going to make it. They had some guy in there, like an interrogating guy, or whatever. He interrogator, and he was asking me questions. So what happened with your divorce? My husband, and he was like, well, it sounded like you had um issue with it too. And I'm like, whatever. So they ask you certain stuff from back in the day. Have you ever did this? Have you ever did that? And I was like, being truthful, yeah, I did, back in the day. You know, they ask you if you ever smoked before. I smoked weed before. I don't smoke it now. I know what it smells like, but it doesn't even matter because guess what? Y'all legalized it. That's another thing too that gets me. It's people that's in jail, they got locked up in Virginia for having a nick bag and did like a good 5 to 10 plus years, and now y'all sitting up here baking cakes on TV with weed. And I'm like, this is nuts. Y'all having pop-up shops shops talking about these are for people that need medical marijuana. You know, daggone well, people just smoking it just to smoke it. And I'm like, it's amazing when the government can make money off on it and it's not illegal. But if you making money on it and they not getting a cut, it's illegal. Oh man, this is some stupid stuff. So anyway, but I'm glad I don't smoke weed. I can't stand the smell of weed. I mean, ugh, I can't stand the smell of weed. And I'm trying to tell you, weed smells so bad. It's like some people, ugh, I don't like the smell of weed. I think I smoked so much that I can't stand the smell of weed. Ah, and I know y'all like Mona. No, really, y'all know I used to be a part of the crew called the Smokeheads. We smoked like chimneys. We smoked like it was like no tomorrow. I don't even understand. Like some people be like, "You remember me?" I'll be like, "I don't." That daggone weed. I don't remember you. I'm sorry. You know, that's what happened when you high. You know, you can't. I don't know. Like I said, I don't do the smoking. I thank God He delivered me from that. I need a sober mind. I don't need to. And I started to become so nick when I would smoke. I remember one time I couldn't even freaking drive home. I was crying out to God. I was I was crying out to God because I was like, Father, I can't drive. I need help. And you know what he did? Look, I lie to you now. I felt my hands, like my hands hit that steering wheel and grip, and it was like the steering wheel was moving while I was driving. Like God drove me home. I was like, Lord, this is not going to happen again. But I thank God He delivered me from smoking weed because I started to become like, you know, like I started to become Nick, and you can't, especially when like you in the Word of God, you can't be sitting up there smoking and reading the Bible. You gonna see all types of stuff. You are, and it's gonna drive you out of your daggone mind. So they didn't legalize the stuff. Um, that's one thing I'm just, I'm grateful for now. Like that's one thing in my 20s. I'm so happy I don't do. I don't smoke weed. And some people act like I what? I can't smoke my weed. I can't live without my medicine. I'm like, man, you walking around and smelling like a pile of freaking uh, uh I don't even know what that stuff. I mean, it's weed has this smell that I be like, and maybe it's the people. My mother was like, back in the day, she used to smoke weed. Long she said, I don't know what this is. That's not no daggone weed. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what's going on either. But I'm glad I don't smoke no daggone weed. I'm glad I don't smoke no weed. Um, but yeah, they got little weed shops all around, blueberry weed. You can make gummy bear weeds with cookie weeds. I'm like, dad going it, but see, people still having urine tests. So what is it? What is it? I remember somebody was smoking and I tried to call the police and then I said, I can smell smoke. And the lady said, ma'am, marijuana is illegal in Virginia now. I said, excuse me. Look, y'all should see my eyes. I said, excuse me? Marijuana is illegal. I mean, sorry, marijuana is legal now in Virginia. And I asked her, I said, Dag, the way you brush me off, do you smoke weed too? She was like, no. I was like, oh, okay. Because the way I called you, that's how I would have been if I was smoking weed. Ma'am, marijuana is legal now. Go to the corner shop and you'll see it there. There's nothing we can do. But anyway, for each his own. Some people still do it. I just can't get with it. But anyway, going back to what I was, y'all notice when I start talking, I just start like going down the rabbit hole. But the things that I know now at 40 is that it's and certain things I'm not gonna compress, and some things I'm just like I'm not gonna worry about. And now it's more so like plan. I'm more so trying to plan so I could really be chilling in my 50s. Like I really want to not be doing a hustle and bustle. I really want to see, you right, you too close. This is why. Let me get out of here. Um. Oh, also too, what I've learned over the years is to let people talk, and sometimes to hold your tongue, so people can spill the beans on themselves. Sometimes don't be so quick to run into something. I've learned that. So it's a lot of things that I've learned at 40, is that my whole shift now is like into a better life, a better lifestyle, comfortable, finding other things to do. It's not projected on a person other than the child that I'm taking care of. Like in my 20s, it was always about him, and trying to be around him. It was it was more so trying to do what other people wanted me to do when you didn't feel like doing it. Now I have no problem with saying no, I'm good. Sorry, can't make it. People used to make you feel bad. You're not gonna go. You're not gonna come, even though we were here. I had somebody years ago trying to make me feel bad for not showing up to a party when I wasn't feeling good. They were like, "You didn't come." I'm like, "I came to your last five parties, but I really got a fever. Like, what do you want me to do? Aren't we grown?" Like that peer pressure stuff is over with. Like, I don't do stuff. Back in the day, it used to be, "Come on, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it." I remember years ago, this girl, she was just like, "You gotta try some chitlins. You just have to. You gotta try it. And I did not want to try the daggone chitlins. I didn't. She was making it for Thanksgiving. I did not want to try them chitlins. I did not want to try it. And I tried a piece because she peer pressured me. And it was the worst mistake ever. I was like, see, this is why you should not. You gotta hold your ground. No, I'm not trying that. I'm not. Even with my grandmother, I remember we all went out to the buffet and I was all playing with my grandmother. Nana, I dare you to try this baby squid. She looked at me and she chopped the baby squid little legs off. And she was like, you try it too. I'm like, oh my gosh. Nana, I was just playing. But I don't know. Now it's just certain things I'm just not going to do. At 40, you just be like, no, thank you. Oh, but you gotta try it. You gotta do it. I ain't gotta do a daggone thing. No thanks. You're not coming. You really not gonna come. It's really nothing. No thanks. I'm in the bed. I'm going home. I learned to be comfortable and also be being comfortable in my skin. So that's another thing too that I love about 40 is that you just, what did my cousin say? She said we're the what did she say? I forgot what she said. She was like, we're the top of the something, but I was like cracking up laughing. She said, we're the seniors out of the group. I was like, well, so be it, daggone it. But also too, far as body wise, how does my body feel? When I'm working out, I feel very good. I feel very fit. I feel like my clothes they're draping off me like they're supposed to. I don't feel swollen, you know. But when I start eating junk food and I'm not working out and sipping on occasions and stuff, then I feel it. So I gotta maintain. to just, my health with working out and eating healthy. But I don't feel like, oh, my knuckles are breaking. No, I don't feel like none of that. I mean, and the crazy part about it is sometimes I be like, dang, I really am 40. Like that age is just like really here, you know. But I feel like my body doesn't feel like the 40-year-old, I guess, like 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Because 40 years old back in the day, like they looked a hot daggone mess. 40 years old now, like they really look youthful. They don't look like, they don't look like they walking around with all gray hair. You know what I'm saying? The guys don't get it twisted out. Some of the guys, you see the gray beards and stuff like that because most guys really don't dye their hair. But more than ever, a lot of women that's in their 40s that do maintenance, the upkeeping, and the working out. They self care. They don't look like the old 40. And I remember my guys used to saying, "I want to know what 40 is supposed to feel like." And I'm like, I don't either. Like, I mean, I do too, because I feel like there's certain stuff that I'll be looking at. And if for instance, if it's too much drama, screaming, if it's drama or a fight, I'm not looking at that. Now, back in when I was 20, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that she hit her like that. Oh my goodness. Now I'd be like, I ain't looking at that. I don't want to look at it. I don't want that to feed into my consciousness, my day, my vibrations, my levels. I don't want it to be downloaded into my spirit. So I'm more cautious of what I look at. And because you got a lot of people, they look at these TV shows and they look at, you said yes because that stomach is because of hormones. That stomach is because I sat there. Just imagine you sitting there and you're because I never had a stomach. I never had a poof or loofah. Sorry, I'm just sitting up here reading these comments. I never had a loofah, or what you want to call it, a poof, until I worked at this position. Like I'm sitting at the desk all day going day. And when you sit, it creates a little pouch. And that pouch is sitting there like I'm chilling. So to me, the reason why I gain this weight is not because of the hormones. It's because I'm sitting and I'm eating. And the fat is just sitting there too, like we chilling. I'm like, when do we become we? Like, you know, but when I'm working out, I'm starting to notice that it is going back down, but it's going to take me a minute to get there, and a lot of that has to do with exercise and dieting. Like I literally have to start going back. I ate an apple the other day, y'all. I think I told y'all that apple was so delicious. I was like, oh my gosh, this is a juicy apple. Oh, this must be the real deal. This must be one of them real apples. Um, and it was an organic apple. But I realized too when I ate an apple, like I was full. Like, some people eat when they're not full. And when I was working out before, when I ate, and when I was not full or I satisfied myself eating, I didn't eat anymore. I didn't overly indulge myself to stress you out anymore. Um, so yeah, that stomach is the hard one right there. That stomach is something. I mean, my stomach ain't, it's bad if your stomach is hanging over your pants. And y'all know what I'm talking about. I was like, what the heck is going on? You've been so busy that by the time I put on a bathing suit, I'm like, what is this? I'm like, oh, good. So like, oh, Mona, how could you, how could you let yourself go this far? But that's cool because the best thing is that you take a picture where you at and you start moving to where you want to be. And when the results, I am starting to see that things. I'm starting to see like the abs. I'm starting to see things like solid, and when that starts to hit solid, it starts tightening back up again. Um, so I'm I'm okay with that. Being 150 pounds and wanting to lose 25 pounds to get at my ideal weight, I can get that. Honestly, I should be down by the end of February. By the end of February, I should be at 125 pounds. I just got to be consistent and stay away from those strawberry cheesecakes and strawberry cakes, chips and candy and energy drinks, and just gotta stay away from that, you guys. But yeah, I can definitely hit that weight by the end of February. I should be at 125 pounds. I just got to make sure to keep up with my diet and tell my coworkers no thank you, because I'm on a mission. And I honestly believe too, when you change your inner self, from your body to your, even like cleaning up your house and putting things back in order. Because, even when I look at my yard, I'm like, them leaves would have been up in November. But I've been so busy, I haven't had time, because even doing my yard work is a form of working out. You mowing a daggone lawn, by the time you finish, you sweating bricks. You like, oh, I'm looking at my next door neighbors and they sitting there with their rod and mow lawn. I'm like, that's okay. I'm gonna get there, but this is gonna give me a workout for right now. But I feel like if you start to change yourself in ways with your eating habits and working out, when you start to change that, then you literally start changing the elements, the atmosphere, because now you're becoming a different person. You're not the person that was 160 pounds. Now you're 130 pounds, or you're not the 200-pound whatever. You done lost weight. And I think with that, just changing things around will also change your current path. You say you want to have a certain type of lifestyle, whether it be lavish, whether it just be travel, leisure, whatever you want to call it. With that, you have to start to change your thinking, change your eating, because number one, you want to go out and enjoy stuff, right? So you want to be in good, healthy. You want to be in a good, healthy life. Oh my gosh, Mona, y'all, you would not believe what I did. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be no damn good. Excuse my mouth. Sorry. Oh my gosh, y'all would not believe what I did. You probably like, Mona, what did you do? Oh, you would not believe what I did. Sheepers, Mona, why did you do that? I don't know. It's probably no daggone good. Okay, you know what? When I get to my job, I'm gonna put y'all. Sorry, somebody gave me um a big thing full of shrimp. Oh my gosh! And I left it in the daggone car. It's a big pound of shrimp, but the thing was frozen. But I left it in the daggone car when I went to the back. It's still in an ice block. I'm gonna go and put it in the I'm gonna go ahead and put that thing in the freezer at my job quickly, quickly. Sorry, y'all, but anyway, this was a very long video of just talking on my way to work. So I appreciate y'all. This is talking about everything: childhood, losing weight, smoking green, crazy police officers, and some daggone shrimp in the back that I'm riding around. Shoot, I'm gonna go ahead and put that stuff in the freezer. It's still in the ice box, and if it's not leaking or anything, so it's still frozen. It's still frozen. Matter of fact, I think when I get off of work, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my nails tonight when I get off of work. I cannot believe is that the right time? Oh Lord. All right. Anyway, y'all have a blessed day today. Have a blessed day today. No stress. No stress.